Alright, hi there, Loy Machedo speaking from LoyMachedo.com. And who's Loy Machedo? Today the date is, what's the date? March 23rd, 2016. Time right now is 4:17 in the afternoon. Okay, just happened to get this question. Loy, how did you move into the journey of becoming LoyMachedo.com? Or rather, how did I move to becoming this coach? So, sorry, that's an orange. Okay, so I'll just answer this question. How did I move into becoming LoyMachedo.com or the coach that I am? And a couple of tips into if you are looking at being a coach. Now, first and foremost, you need to understand that after I lost my job, I obviously decided not to go back into the corporate world. It was pretty much a struggle, and I had to sit down and think of ways and means of, what could I do to earn money? Because I didn't want to go into the corporate world again. I'd failed too many times. So without a job, well, the only thing I had was to make a list of all the services that I had. So obviously, I checked off the stuff that I could offer. So that's the first thing you need to do is make a list of all the services that you can offer. Okay, the first is that. And the services I could offer was public speaking, coaching. At that time, I did not know I could do resumes. I didn't know I could train people for interviews. And I had a rough idea about peak performance because I used to read books. But then obviously the first question I had to ask myself is, when I go and coach and I train people, obviously people would ask me my certification or specialization. So the first thing after I found out what I was passionate about or what I could do, I moved into wanting to gain knowledge or gain the certification or gain the foundation necessary to start my career. So I studied coactive coaching, life coaching, motivational coaching, NLP coaching, peak performance coaching, all the possible coaching disciplines that were there. I went for every possible seminar, every possible training session. I registered for every possible course. I started reading books. I think I read around close to 300 plus books in a year, and not one, but 3 years in a row. So totally 900 books or so. So after I read all those books, I kind of had an idea of what the industry was. Point number 3 is brand-related questions. Now, obviously, after I learned coactive coaching, life coaching, NLP coaching, inspirational peak performance, I didn't actually want to brand myself as an NLP coach or a life coach, because then I realized that I would be just like everyone else. So I wanted to stand out. So how is it that I can stand out? So in order to stand out, I decided I would be Loy Machedo as a coach. I would not be an NLP coach or life coach. I'll be Loy Machedo. But obviously, what is Loy Machedo? So these are the 4 questions I asked myself then. Number 1, what is my brand essence? My brand essence was, it took me time to come up with this, but my brand essence, which I found out, was the 3 C's. That is controversy. I love to be different. That's why I look different, act different, dress different. Second one is chemistry. Once people see me, they never forget me. That was even before the tattoos. And the third C was communication. I love to talk a lot, love to speak, I love to share. So that was my brand essence. The next one is, what is it that I do? So obviously in the initial bit, when I was thinking, what is it that I do? I thought, okay, I change lives, I touch lives, I want to make people's lives better. But then I realized all this is pretty vague. You need to give people what they want. And obviously I found out in the market what people want in my line of work was to earn more money, to have better salaries, to increase their income. So what is it that I do? I found out that what I can do is help people double their sources of income or double the salary that they get at the workplace. Third one is, what can I give services that the market wants? So this was kind of dicey because, like, let's say, for example, I'm good at public speaking, but even though people wanted to learn public speaking, but they would not spend too much of money on it. So I had to figure out what is a service I can offer them where they can pay me a good amount of money. So for that, obviously, that is where resume and interview skills came into being, because I studied that, I practiced it, I researched on it, and obviously I came out with the best. Then the 4th point was, even with the same competition, how is it that I can stand out? So that was very important, because you need to understand that there is competition in the market. Whatever you're sharing and charging money for, people can share it for free. You can get it on Google for free. Someone can get it for cheaper, or they can be people better than you. So why should people come to you? So over there, I had to strategize and decide, okay, if all this knowledge was available for free, why would people still come to me? And I had to answer this question. So what I did is, I came up with answers like, for example, even though people have knowledge available, books, YouTube videos, and all, I filter them and I cherry pick the best that I feel answers or takes care of my clients' needs and requirements. So that was point number 3, brand-related questions. Point number 4, okay, moving into being a coach, is money. First one is how much to charge. Okay, how much do you charge per client? How much are you worth per hour? How much are you worth per day? How much are you worth per project? I had to answer that, and you have to justify that. You can't suddenly say out of the air, okay, $1,000 an hour. But why? Why is it people should pay $1,000 when they can get it for cheaper or they can get it for free? Then number 3, what are the different ways I can generate income? That is very important to think and understand, because if, let's say, for example, I'm teaching people public speaking, and suddenly people don't want to learn public speaking. Nobody wants to learn. What is the other way I generate income? So I had to answer this question: what are the different ways I can generate my income? Then D was the next point, that is, what are my expenses per month? Obviously, when you know your expenses per month, you can calculate and find out, I need to earn so much, or I have to earn so much to cover these expenses. Then next point is, what must be my revenue per month? So obviously, you know what is your expense. Then you have a little bit extra where, okay, that extra that you earn is your luxury, and over that is your savings. So you need to know what is your revenue per month. Next point is, how many clients should I target to achieve that? So I can have one client who pays me, let's say, 100,000 dirhams, or I can have 10 clients who pay me 10,000 dirhams each, or I can have 100 clients that pay me 1,000 dirhams each. So you need to break it down and decide how many clients should you target to achieve that goal that you're planning to achieve. And last point is, what are the other creative ways I can use to generate income? This point is pretty important, because you need to be really creative in order to generate income. There should be multiple streams of income, not just one, because if you just have one and it gets blocked, then, like they say, you're fucked, man. It's bad. So I not only do this, I think of very many creative ways. Sometimes I buy and sell things, sometimes I provide services, sometimes I prove to be the intermediate between two parties, and I get money. So there are different ways I think and I use to generate income. Okay, so point number 4 is money. Point number 5 is, how can you make yourself known? How can you market yourself? Over here, I use social media. That is number 1. Second one is articles. That is blogging. Third one is recommendations. And fourth one, participation. So social media, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Instagram, I'm always putting some post or another related to what the market wants. In terms of articles, I give them free articles, like this video itself is going to be put on YouTube, as well as I'm going to put it as an article. So Google kind of likes me because I keep bringing in fresh new content. Then recommendations is very important, because if someone knows someone and he recommends you, then they'll not ask very many questions. And finally, the last one is participation. I take part in events, I take part in seminars, I take part in conferences. That kind of gives me a bigger market, but I'm not very active there, because that, for me at least, that doesn't work very much. For other people, it does work, because they target companies. I don't target companies, I target individuals. Then point number 6 is strategy on social media. See, people tend to have this this method of doing things. Like, they'll put educational stuff on Instagram, or let's say bodybuilding. They'll put videos on Instagram, they'll put it on Facebook, they'll put it on their blog, they'll put it on their website. I don't do that. What I do is, on YouTube, I put up videos related to questions people ask me, or my opinions. On Facebook, I only put, before I used to put anything and everything. Now I just put related to my brand or my website, only those kind of posts. On my Facebook groups, I give free services, different, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's fitness, whether it's UAE-based news, whether it's creativity. Different groups are there to take care of different needs. And then whether it's Instagram or Twitter, in Instagram, I normally put more related to my life. And now I've realized that I need to put something related to the interest of other people, so there's more sharing. And Twitter is connected to all the above. Okay. The point number 7 is target market. So who is your target market? Well, you need to be very clear about this. Are they very rich people? Are they medium owners? Are they the poor? So you need to figure out who's your target market. Who are they? Where do you get them? And what is the effective way to reach them? For me, at least, I found out the most effective way that I reach them is through my website, through videos, and through Facebook, social media, Instagram. That's how people get in touch with me. Then number 8 is upgrades. Upgrade is an indirect contribution or investment that you make to yourself, because it helps after a period of time. What are the new skills that I can learn is a question I ask myself. What skills can I learn more frequently and sharpen my saw? And finally, what are the skills that help me, work less time with less effort but earn more money? These are 3 questions I ask. And finally, question number 9, point number 9, which I ask is, what do I need to do frequently and every single day that would add value to my brand? So these are the 9 questions that, or 9 points that kind of help me move into being loyalmachedo.com, move into me being a coach, and that is how I'm able to work 5 days in a month and live comfortably for the rest of the month. So if you decide to move into being a consultant or a coach or something that is professional, this is what that can really help you. So Lloyd from Machedo.com and Machedo.com, sharing with you, what he does or what he did in order to move into being the industry expert that I am today for what I do. Any questions? Let me know. Love to hear from you. Goodbye for now.